Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Stories Down Under. And as we promised, as I always promise, that whenever I find something good and relevant to my audience, I will always share. So today I am so privileged to be joined by one of the business people in Kenya, and this company is called Maridadi. I heard about Maridadi during Lynn's show, and I just heard about the products. And as you know, we have so many companies visiting the diaspora. However, most of the times it's the same old story: buy land, buy houses. But this is something different that I thought, for me, I'm signed up, ready to be a customer. And as you hear these products, you are going to know why we had to shoot this video today. So stay tuned till the end. And with me is Gilbert Moshiri. Welcome so much, Gilbert. And I know in such a short period that you have to travel back home, you still found the time to join Stories Down Under. Thank you from me and, of course, all the audience. And yeah, we'll get started, Gilbert. But before we get started, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Stella, for having me here. It's a pleasure, and I don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
My name is Gilbert Moshiri. I work with Maridadi Motors back in Kenya. I am the investment manager. I am a family man with a wife and 4 kids.
Oh, good on you. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. So we'll just jump right in it, and we're going to talk and find different avenues, especially for Kenyans, how they could invest in Kenya, because as much as we are in Australia, of course, home is always going to be home. And I'll start by asking you to please tell us about the different products and services that Maridadi offers. I know a lot of you who watch the Lynn Gogi show have had Maridadi, always part of the sponsorship that supports Lynn, and I was inclined by hearing you. But just for my audience, I want you to go through these products and services and tell us how we could get involved as people living in Australia, as Kenyans living in Australia, rather.
Thank you, Stella. The reason we are in Australia is to bring a different set of thinking in terms of investing back home. We have several products that we have back home. Maridadi, our main business is to import and sell cars. These are business we have done now for roughly 21 years. And beside that, we thought of people who are in diaspora and also our retirees back home, how they can join our company, and we came up with other several products. I'll take you through the products. One, we have a circle where if you want a car and you don't have enough money, you can join our circle. You save in accordance to your means. We don't want to rush you. You use your pace. Save 50% of the car value. We give you the car, go do the business you want to do with the car, and pay the other 50% within 2 years. That is our circle. And also we also have something we call import to sell. Import to sell is a capital investment where you can invest your capital in our investment cooperative, and we guarantee you a profit of 15%.
Wow.
The capital investment can be used by people in diaspora as a savings scheme. The minimum amount you start with is 300,000 Kenya shillings, where you can keep topping up according to your own abilities and how God has blessed you with a target. Stella, if today you probably have a land back home and you want to build on that land 5 years to come, how do you save that money? You keep it in the bank, things keep coming up, and you keep using the money. You put it in such an investment that is earning you profit, which is guaranteed. And as I mentioned, is 15%. You can keep topping up with a target. You want to do this in 5 years, you want to have 10 million Kenya shillings in 5 years, you can keep putting that money in that investment. Remember, it is earning for you every month.
Absolutely.
Then we also have something we call Smart PSV.
Yeah. Just before you go to the Smart SPV, I want to ask about the car loan with the circle, whereby you can actually buy the car. I think the reason why this particular product really impressed me is that you can be able, for me, of course, and most of us here Kenyans, we have relatives who don't have jobs, people who are still, who get get handouts from the diaspora. I think that's a very good initiative whereby you can actually support somebody by getting the 50% for the car, and then and you gave them the car. That's unheard of. A lot of people will ask you to pay 100% before you get the asset. So you can actually, I really like this product, as I was saying, because you can help somebody with a 50%, and then they are also accountable to actually pay that money, to pay the rest of the 50%, and you get a good duration of 2 years. So these people can do taxis, they can do Ubers, and that's part. When I had your pitch and you mentioned that, I thought to myself, what a remarkable product. So that is really good to hear. And with now, you're talking about the capital investment, and you say that you guarantee a 50% return. What I want to know is, what is the minimum amount? I think you've mentioned the minimum amount is 300,000. 300,000. So that's remarkable. So you start with 300,000. That's an equivalent of about 3,000 Australian dollars. You get 15% per annum.
Yes,
right?
15%.
15% per annum.
Yes.
Not even the banks in Australia will offer that as interest. So for a fixed account. So what I want to know is that, what is how many years do you have to fix that money to be able to get that 15% per annum? And as well as, what are the conditions if I want to pull back maybe after a year? Okay. Do you experience such situations, and how do you deal with them?
Yes, Stella. The period is 2 years because we want also to have the peace of mind as a company when we're investing this money to the business that we do, which is importing and selling cars. Basically, the reason we are able to guarantee you the 15% is because if today somebody invests, for example, $1 million shillings, we will import a car worth such an amount, we sell and get the profit that we are able to get. It is we take around 4 months to import a car. The cycle of importing and selling a car back home takes around 4 months. So in a year, with your 1 million shillings, we can do 3 cycles. Even if we do 100,000 every cycle, that is 300,000. We can comfortably give you the 50% of that profit, which is 15% of 1 million shillings, because the money belonged to you, and we remain with the other bit because we did the work, and we also have the staffs to pay and the administration fee and all that fee to pay. We want you to give us a period of 2 years with the money. We do a contract of 2 years. At the end of 2 years, you give us a notice of 3 months prior. Towards the end of 2 years, notify us 3 months prior if you will want to renew the contract or you will want the money back. Because when you give us a notice, we are able to do our planning well. We also have some emergencies that occur. For example, sickness. You give us 1 million shillings. God forbid, you're not well. You need that money. We will actually pay the hospital bills ourselves. Some eventualities may come. You gave us 1 million shillings. Your house burns down. We come in and assist. So some of those things, we are called to come in and assist.
That's very good.
But in black and white, we normally say 2 years as our period.
Yeah, that's very good to hear, because again, for me, I like to work with ethical businesses who actually take each and every client as an individual, as you said, in the fact that you can actually waiver that because someone has had, life can throw you a few curveballs from time to time. You can still be able to access your money, which is quite remarkable. So with that said, is that with the 15%, how frequent do you get your money, and when do you do the payouts?
With the 15%, it's basically the person who decides here is you as the client. As we can do it monthly, we can do it quarterly, we can do it semi-annually, we can also do it annually. If you decide you want to receive something every month, you only need to give us the account details where we shall be depositing the profits every month. And we are able to send you statements quarterly for you to be able to see the growth. And if you want us also to pay you quarterly, you only need us to give the details where we deposit your money. The payouts are normally done by 15th and 25th of every month. Our month runs from 15th to 15th. Then payouts are done between 15th and 25th of every month.
Excellent. Oh, that's really good to hear, because again, we are always talking about passive income at Stories Down Under. So that's that's a very good way to have passive income and be able to. And of course, I believe you can also opt not to get the payout and just
Yes.
continue to reinvest the money, because we believe also on the power of compound interest. So, for example, if someone is living in Australia and you've invested 300,000, you probably don't need that money per se within 2 years. You don't need the 15% payout within 2 years. So you can keep on reinvesting and keep earning more interest on that money, which is really good.
Yeah, anybody who has an interest, we always sit down and come up with a plan, that is suiting you as an investor.
Yeah.
So if you want us to compound, we will agree we will compound after which period. Then we compound the profits. You keep earning more. You keep earning more. Yes. Then there is the let me take you back to Smart PSV and SACCO. Stella, people who are in diaspora, you find yourself giving handouts to your siblings back home, to your parents. We have a lot of expectations.
Yeah.
Because my sister is in diaspora, I have a lot of expectations from her. Sometimes it's not the case. As we have come here, we see how hard you work, how the efforts you put on to gain what you have. And it is good to also train us back home to be responsible people.
Yeah.
Instead of always giving us handouts, you can have your siblings join our circle.
Yeah.
You join our circle, you help them raise the 50%.
Yeah.
After helping them raise the 50%, you may also have the money yourself.
Yeah.
Invest now on a smart PSV.
Yeah.
You will have assisted the sibling,
and
you will also have invested yourself.
Yeah.
But the sibling doesn't know you have invested.
Yeah.
They are dealing with Marry Daddy.
Yeah.
We will give them the car. We will have the agreement of what to do. We will have the agreement of how they will pay. But now the sister is the investor, but they don't know. You have helped the sibling, but you're still earning from your money. Because when you invest for a smart car, we will buy a car, give it to them. Because they are paying, we will start paying back your money with an interest of 15% per annum.
Okay, so the initial investment that you put in, you start getting back the money plus 15%.
Plus 15%.
Wow.
So you make them responsible because now they feel I have to work hard to pay for the car. Because if I don't pay for the car, they are not now seeing the sister, they are seeing Marry Daddy. If I am not paying the car, Marry Daddy will be on me.
Yeah.
But I thank God for 9 years we have done this. We have never repossessed anybody's car.
Wow.
Because we want to walk the journey with them. Particularly the young people back home. Even our CSR is based to the young people back home. We want to give back to the community, uplifting the lives of the young men. That's why we do a CSR. We combine the young men in a church. We take our instructor, driving school instructor. We also take our car, train them how to drive, give them a driving license for free. And we also have a day with them, with the leadership of Marry Daddy, to speak hope to their life.
Wow. Now you can see totally why I was sold on Marry Daddy and just how ethical and also their social corporate responsibility, because for me that's something that really goes home. And with that idea that you have bought through the circle, so basically whoever you're helping, could be a sibling, could be a relative, really does not know that the car is sort of, you have participated in buying the car. So basically you're telling maybe one of your cousins or a far uncle or auntie join the circle, and then through the circle you'll be able to get money to buy a car. But you are financing 50% so that they're able to receive the car and start to use and make business out of the car. And then they are paying, as they start to pay off, you're able to get your money back, your initial 50% investment plus 15%, right? Is that what I'm getting?
I want to differentiate there. The initial 50% you supported your sibling. That is a support to them. That one you don't get back. But the money you invest for us to buy the car, it is an investment we call Smart PSV. You may have supported your brother with like 500,000 as a 50% in the circle. Then you went ahead and invested $1 million shillings. This is an investment you have done to Marry Daddy. We buy a car, we give it to them.
Yeah.
On this 1 million,
Yeah.
you get it back
Yeah.
with an interest of 30% in 2 years, 15% per year.
Oh, I see. I
Yes,
see.
yes.
Which is still remarkable
Very
because,
remarkable.
we want to shift from handouts because we can see that handouts, they're not sustainable.
Yes.
Every other month they'll get back to you. And also, for me, I think if you just buy a car to somebody and give them a car, to them that's a gift.
Yeah,
So
it's a
it doesn't if someone has not reinvested, if you've not poured your blood, sweat and tears, gone for those Uber shifts and whatnot, then how are you able to really take ownership of that project and see it grow? But with that, it creates ownership, it creates that sustainability as well. That way you're able to even help more people, because if you only have to pay 50%, then you can use the other 50% to help another person, and it just grows. And I really, really love that. So as you've touched on the CSR that Maridadi does, I think that was part of your parting shot when you presented at Lingogi, and that was really, really touching, because for those who are not Kenyans, probably, and I can retaliate this, is that our country has over 70% unemployment among young people. And for you guys to actually bring these young people, empower them with skills, which you said you do teach them driving, and then from that you also get the mentorship of the leadership of Maridadi, a company that has been existing for 21 years. So they gain all these entrepreneurial skills. They get to interact with people who probably they would not meet in their day-to-day lives, which is so encouraging. And to hear even your backstory of how you started, that is very encouraging to them as well. So well done for what you're doing, and honestly, God bless you. And I hope Maridadi, and I hope you people will check, because of course we always tell you, do your due diligence. So go to the internet, the information is there on Maridadi. You can check out their reviews, and you can actually think of something that you'd want, either to help a sibling through the circle or through the purchase of Inco car or the capital investment, which is my top priority. I can tell you for sure I'm already signed up, and I am going to run with this one, because I'm always looking for different types of passive incomes, and with a guarantee of 15%. And you have done, how long have you been doing the capital investment aspect of the business for?
Yeah, the capital investment, this is our 9th year.
9 years.
9 years we have done it, and the government checked us last year, but one, and they gave us a certificate to become a Maridadi investment cooperative.
Wow.
Because they were happy of the work that we were doing.
Yeah.
So we now have a Maridadi investment cooperative. You can invest with our cooperative with no fear. You can check about us on our website. You can try to listen from every social media. If anybody has ever talked anything negative about us.
That's remarkable. All right. So so basically, I know there are a few people also here in Australia who are quite skeptical, and I think you've sort of answered this question, but maybe you can just retaliate and say, because a lot of us, for example, are a bit afraid because of the economic and the social well-being of the political, especially the political and economic environment in Kenya at this particular time in Kenya. So how would you encourage a young Kenyan who's still wondering, do I run away from home and not put my money there, or what would you say to them?
I would say this, Stella.
Yeah.
You see, indeed, sometimes we have those politicals up and down in Kenya, but we normally stabilize. There is that fear of what happens. There is that fear if things will be okay, but fear can always hold us back. We have a nation that has a growing economy. If you invest your savings here in Australia, I can tell you for sure you'll get something very minimal, because the Australia economy is stable. But the African economy is a growing economy. If you invest your 11,000 Australian dollars here, they'll give you very minimal. But with the same in the growing economy, it can give you a good return. So I want to encourage young people who are coming here, students, by God's grace, they are starting to work, start investing back home early enough, and you will enjoy your old age.
The fruits of your labor.
Come back home at their old age.
Yeah, 100%.
So I want to encourage everybody, but what I want to tell them, please do your due diligence. Everybody will come in Australia. They'll come with some good information.
Yeah.
It is only left with you. to do the due diligence.
Yeah, perfect. Very well said, Gilbert. So, how can we find you? And also, for someone who's planning to invest with Mari Daddy, how can we find you? And also, could you also, if you have any other parting shot that you'd like to tell us, please, this is the time.
Okay, thank you. I'll give my number. My number is +254 794 000
Very easy.
+254 794 000. That will come to me direct.
Yeah.
My email is gilbert@maridaddymotors.com. If you do an email, I'll respond and I'll be able to catch up with you. My parting shot would be, please invest. It is important to invest. There is a saying in my community that if you don't invest when you are young, you'll cry when you are old. It is important to invest to secure your old age, a happy old age.
Absolutely. Very well said. And thank you so much for finding the time in such a short notice. We appreciate the Stories Down Under community. We are very grateful. So thank you. Please, I'm going to leave all the information, the website, the contacts, the email to Mari Daddy. Please feel free to reach out. And I hope this information will be helpful to lots of you. And thank you as always for watching. Bye for now.